Hello everyone on the tarot community, Andrea here, and this is the third part, the third video for the Mad March Tarot, which is a hashtag created for Instagram, by Sara Russell. As I've said before many times, I'm really loving this. It has become kind of a daily therapy and study. So, let's go into it. I have my notebook here with all the cards and the notes that I did. So this part is from the March 15 till 20, if I remember correctly, because today it's 21. So the first one, I'm not gonna read all the, she put for every day like a Alice in Wonderland quote. I'm not gonna read all of that. The ones that are longer, I'm not gonna read them. So if you wanna, I will put the link in the box below if you wanna check it out. The question for the day 15 was, what lessons do I need to learn and explore more about? So the card that I got, let me just check, just to be sure, it's the Eight of Wands, which, if I remember correctly, I got it some other day before this. So it's the second time it has popped out for me. And it's action, it's movement, it's, creating things and go for them and moving things. It's not really my energy, it's not my nature, but it's something that I have to work on, have to keep moving things forward. And that also gives me, I think, a sense of stability if I focus on keep doing things, even if it's little things, to keep moving forward. I'm gonna check maybe if I have some other ideas here that I wrote down. Like putting in motion a plan and keep moving forward with it. That was easy enough. So the next day, 16, it says, no wise fish will ever go anywhere without a purpose. And the question is, how can I align with my life path and walk with a purpose? And I got the moon, the card of the moon, and my favorite stalker. I lost count of how many times he has come up for me in the readings. The King of Pentacles. And this for me was quite special. So in my life path, I choose for the life path. For me, this one represents my life path. How can I align with my life path? That would be like the first part. And this for me, it's the psychic, emotional, kind of dreamy land that we sometimes wander in. This is very much my nature. And also about my spiritual path. And I want my life path to really go hand by hand. I don't know how you say it. Sorry. I really want my life path to be there, that path. The spiritual, mystical, emotional, real. But I choose a second card to know how can I best walk that path. Because sometimes it could be confusing or not tangible enough, realistic enough for this dimension we live in. And here it was, my beautiful stalker, right now my favorite court card of the deck, the King of Pentacles, which is talking to me about being practical and grounded and walking that path but with a solid and really grounded base. I know this is what I need to really focus on, is the energy that I need to channel and work on right now. Let's go to the next one. Also, this one was easy enough and really nice. The next one is day 17. Sorry. The best way to explain is to do it, which I really love because that's true. It's so true. And the question is, what do I need to do today that can no longer be put off? This one was really, really hard. This day, for some reason, I really struggled with it. It took me the whole day, and I actually wrote it down the next day. Because first I got like, I think it's 4 cards. Yeah, okay. I will show you first the cards, so I will explain what happened. It was like, I felt it was too many cards. First I got the Hermit, which I thought, okay, I need to go in and explore and really see clear inside of me and the path that I want to choose. 6 of Cups, which talks about emotions and relationships, maybe something from the past. Then I got 5 of Pentacles, which is a feeling of instability and maybe feeling alone or don't have the resources, don't have help. And the 9 of Cups, which is emotional happiness and stability, and you have more than enough, or maybe you got a specific desire that you were wishing for. So I got the feeling that obviously there was a message here, but I couldn't, for some reason I couldn't. It was like too much information. I couldn't see through it. So I took another deck to see if I could have more clarity. And I took the Wildwood Tarot, which I'm not sure it was a really good idea because it's kind of a new deck for me. I'm still studying it. And some of the cards have kind of a different meaning from the Rider-Waite. So I got 6 of Stones, which is 6 of Pentacles. And here it talks more about exploitation. It says exploiting your resources and don't have your resources anymore. Like you overuse them, and there's like a really desperate and needy vibe to it. So I guess for me it looks more like some kind of desperation, like I need help, I need someone to help me because I don't have the resources. And then again, the 5 of Stones in this deck, it's the 5 of Pentacles. It came up again. Here it talks more about endurance. You're in a really hard, difficult, and bad situation. You don't have enough, but you have the strength to hold on and go through it. And the third one was the 5 of Bows, which is the 5 of Wands. Here it talks about empowerment. So these 3 for me, okay, it was a little bit more clear. Like you have a feeling of you don't have enough of something, you need help. You're in a little bit desperate place, but you have the strength to endure it. And that gives you kind of empowerment. But I still wasn't sure about the question for the day. and maybe I'm just rambling too much right now and I lost the track, which is what do I need to do today that can no longer be put off? And I guess I was expecting something kind of very specific, like one thing that I really have to think about and focus on and work on it. And I guess maybe a mistake, I don't know, it was pulling off too many cards. I don't choose them. I shuffle until they fall off usually or turn around like they really want to speak to me. That's how I do it. So it was like they all fell out and maybe it was too much information and I couldn't really digest it like as fast as I wanted to. So yes, I did. I took another deck. I worked with both right away, the borderless and the normal one. So I ended up having a lot of cards in my table. And I got again the Five of Wands, like with the Wildwood. But here it's more like chaos, maybe some internal chaos or external if you have to fight some obstacles. Seven of Wands, which is defending your position, defending yourself, and the Three of Swords. So it was kind of a heavy energy here with all the Five of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Seven of Wands, and also that those Cup cards and the Hermit. And I was like, okay, too much info, maybe, too many cards, maybe. I know there's something here, and I promise I'm gonna finish this day for you right now. I draw another 3 cards, and these ones were more kind of like the cards were telling me, okay, we see this is too much, you're struggling with it, let's just finish it with this. And I got the Star, which was really, really kind. The Star, the King of Pentacles, there he comes again to my rescue, and the Ace of Cups. So I guess, closing this, I'm gonna take a look what I wrote down. I wrote everything, I put all the cards. And yeah, maybe it was like facing some pain for some lack of something emotional. Stop fighting against the struggle and just search for the resources that I have myself to endure the situation and the pain and the struggle. And then focus, I guess, on a new emotional beginning with hope. And also a thing that I believe it's like the thread through all this. It's finding the balance between the emotional part, what I dream of, what I desire, what I feel that I want, with the earth energy, which is more grounding and practical and planning things and studying how can I take this, take the first step to this, accepting this, but grounding it and working on that energy. Moving on, because that was really, really draining me that day. Then day 18, which is, I'm gonna go straight to the question. What does my conscious and my subconscious need me to know in order for me to make sense of my world right now? And here, I think we all took, not here, yeah, 2 cards. One for the conscious and one for the subconscious. I'm not sure if everyone, but as I follow the post on the Facebook group for Love of Cards. I think that was something that the other people who share it did, and I did it as well. So yeah, my conscious part needed me to know. Eight of Wands. Things are moving, things are on their way, everything is going as it's supposed to be going, on the time and form that it needs to be moving. And don't be afraid of getting stuck, because now that I don't have like a secure and like I don't have a schedule anymore, I feel a little bit scattered. Like I'm not really doing anything and things are not moving forward. But this card is telling me, and a part of me knows this, that things are moving forward. I'm doing things, little steps every day. I'm doing little things, and things are moving forward. And the subconscious part wanted me to know. First, well, I got these ones, these two together, the Moon and the Page of Pentacles, which is again the balance between the emotional and psychic and dreamy kind of world inside, with the earth energy, with the grounding energy, and the practical way of looking at it and go about it. Which is, yeah, walk your spiritual, emotional, and dreamy path. Following my nature, which is this one. This is Pisces card, and I'm triple Pisces, so I'm very much like this. But finding the balance, working the earth energy, and studying and preparing the practical steps that I need to take for moving forward and materializing. That was the conscious and subconscious. So again, it's like, it's okay, everything is going forward, you're moving forward, just focus on working on your spiritual path that you want to focus on right now, but trying to be practical about it, which I think is very important for me. I always try to be grounded, but being triple Pisces and having so much water in my chart, sometimes it can be kind of a struggle. Next one is day 19. And the question is, what can I do? Yeah, what can I do best to feed my soul today? So, feeding of the soul, feeding in a spiritual sense. I had another blooper here. No, sorry. Yeah, I got like a bunch of cards that came all together, like 5 cards, and I was like, whoa, I took note, but it was like, no, okay, again, too many cards. I'm gonna do this again. Yeah, and I took 2 different decks because when I was doing this that day, a new deck arrived that I really like. I was really hoping for this one. It's an oracle deck. It's the Wisdom of Trees. And where's the card? Yeah, here. So I got food for the soul, spiritual food for that day. I got Temperance, which is again working the balance and being balanced and calm and having patience. And the card from the new oracle deck, which is Olive. And Olive, oh, I lost the page. Just a sec. Okay, so yeah, Temperance, we know, is searching for and trying to stay in that balance and trying to enjoy that place. And now this one, Olive, it also talks about harmony and and being calm and trying to feel that sacred place, enjoying that sacred place and sacred um, things that I want to do. Rambling. Okay, let me focus. Because I wrote it down in Spanish, obviously. So I'm reading in Spanish and trying to translate at the same time in English. And sometimes my brain says, no, you're asking too much of me. Yeah, don't be too hard on myself. Work on the balance between the things that I consider I should be doing, the practical things that I need to do, and what I want to do with my spiritual practices, what I need to do, what I want to do every day, like reading the books, the new books that I have, about the decks and about trees that I really love, and the decks, studying them. I have like a few new decks that I really want to study, so it's like trying to balance out all these things that I want to focus on, and also trying to be practical and responsible and doing the little things that I can do about my kind of work. Because I have to admit I feel a little bit guilty. So I guess, yeah, the cards were talking about that. Like, try to find the balance between what your heart and your emotions and your spiritual desires tell you that you want to focus on, and also being grounded on the material, practical side of life. And there's one day missing, right? The last day, which is day 20, yesterday. This quote I really like. Says Alice, "How long is forever? Sometimes just 1 second," says the white rabbit. I thought that was beautiful. And the question is, how can I live in the moment, being fully conscious, aware in the present, using all of my senses? And again, I saw in the Facebook group post for this one, I saw that they choose 3 cards, one for each aspect, like how to be fully in the present, and then another one for being conscious and aware, and the other one for using all your senses. So I used the Wildwood Tarot, so I wanted to change. And for the living the present, I got not a really good card. The 3 of arrows here is the 3 of swords. 3 of swords. Obviously, if you know the tarot a little bit or a lot, you recognize the heart with the arrows in this one, and bleeding, and on fire. It's not a very happy card. And specifically, it talks about jealousy. And I had to really give it some time to think about it, because I was like, I'm not really sure what you're talking about. How can I live in the moment, like being really focusing on the present moment? I usually don't feel jealous. I mean, yeah, sometimes we can all feel jealous about someone or something, but it's something that I try to be conscious about and don't entertain that feeling. Like, I know it's an ego aspect. So I was kind of like, I don't understand. The second card I got for the being conscious and aware in the now was the 2 of Wands. So we're talking about decisions, like choosing a path or choosing something. And the third one for using all my senses was the Wanderer, which is the Fool. So after reading the 3 cards, reading the book, I kind of understood that it was about the things that I feel that maybe I've lost or I don't have and other people have. Don't go that way. Don't go down that road. Understand that is an ego thing and try to stay in a humble and empathic place about it, and realize that you can choose. You have the ability to choose. If you couldn't get what you wanted and you see that somebody else has it, that's okay. That's because you have to go on a different road. But you still have the ability to choose. You still can make decisions about how you feel, about how you perceive it, and about the options that you can see around you that you still have or that you want to create for yourself. So it's being responsible for your feelings, being responsible for how you perceive and how you choose to understand and behave, and how you choose to walk your path. You want to go down a dark road of envy and jealousy and that shadow aspect of ourselves that we don't want to really deal with the responsibility of our acts and our decisions that maybe led us to, I don't know, losing something or don't having what you want. But I believe everything happens for a reason. So even if you get in a place that you have this danger, like you feel betrayed or you feel hurt or you feel like you lost something, it was to learn something as well. And this also is a lesson. Don't get into the victim or martyr role. You can choose, you have the power, you still have the power to choose. You can choose a different road. You can choose to create something new and go for the same thing on a different path or maybe for a different thing altogether. And how to use all my senses. The wonder, the fool, it's the faith, the leap of faith. The childish way of seeing what it's in front of you. Maybe it looks dangerous. Maybe it's not clear. The path is not clear, but you have to trust. If your intuition and your gut tells you that that is the path you want to walk, you trust. You trust that the universe and life are going to help you get down that road. And just go for it with an open heart. Yeah, I guess that's the the message here. Don't close your heart. Don't go on that dark road of envy and jealousy. Choose. You have the power to choose. Choose something new. Be responsible of your decisions. And go for it. Go for it. With faith and with joy. So, another great part of this challenge. And there are 2 more to go. So thank you for stopping if you are still watching now after almost 30 minutes. Thank you so much and I hope you enjoyed and see you next time. Bye.